Let me record it. So again, we are already in our new liturgical year, uh, the first Sunday of Advent, cycle C. Cycle C. So we start with again Advent. Just to put the context, Advent is again it's about a waiting, no, waiting of the coming, no. So as how a preparation for the coming. So note that the priest will wear purple, no. It
Yeah.
is a somehow medyo malungkot because you are preparing, but looking forward to the joy, no, of the coming. Okay, so that's why we are purple ang kulay natin on Advent, except for third Sunday, which is joyful coming, they represent. Anyway, so Advent is somehow, if you look at it in the biblical terms, is the end of the prophecies and the beginning of fulfillment. So as Jesus comes, it is
Mm.
already the start of the fulfillment. Fulfillment of what? Fulfillment
Of
of
the
God's word.
promise. Mhm.
Yes. So today's gospel, the Sunday's gospel is again it's a also similar to the 33rd Sunday from the Gospel of Mark, diba? So as Jesus says, there will be somehow chaos, destruction, no? So he is telling that there will be signs that the heavens and the moons, no, the
Mhm.
stars, no, the sun
Yeah.
of moon, and yung yung on the earth side, the anguish of nations, no. So what does this tell us? If you notice, these are all reference to the Old Testament, no, the destruction of in as Ezekiel, no, verse 32 to 7. He also prophesied that the sun there will be destruction from the heavens. And also in Isaiah 34, verse 4, no? Yan rin yung mga prophecy nila eh. So, what does it really tell us? That one is because of sinfulness of the people's hard-headedness of the times, because they have been unfaithful to the Lord. Uh, Yahweh was showing his powers and his almighty uh, he's the power of the Almighty, that he wants to destroy all these things that hamper them from seeing God who he is. So he it is actually saying that he would like to destroy the sinfulness of man because it is the one that causes them not to see God truly. That's why he is projecting something like the destruction of this uh, sinful, worldly things that hampers people to see who God is. He is also showing His power as the Almighty. So if you look at it in that sense, that it only God can destroy what He wants, He created. But it because this was this evil that He wants to overcome is not He did not bring it in. It was the works of the evil one, no, of the fallen angels that has brought that to the world. So his power, his almighty reign, he wants to destroy all of those. So if you look at that part, it shows us the power of God.
Mhm.
Next is the Son of Man, coming of the Son of Man. So Jesus is coming, no? As Daniel has predicted, no? The Son of Man is coming from the clouds, no? Which tells us the prefiguration of the ascension and the second coming. No? So here from the cloud, Jesus will come down again to deliver us. So sabi niya, deliverance. So he tells us na I've come down from heaven. I've come down from heaven, and now I have come for you. So here he said, you have to stand erect, stand firm with the head up. No, for those who have been faithful to me. No, because here I am the fulfillment of God's promise. So Jesus, di ba? In the word incarnate, the word made flesh. So the love of God is the fulfillment of Jesus is the fulfillment of the love of God. No, the promise has been fulfilled. So in that fulfillment, again, we talk about the second coming, which will bring us body and soul to heaven. No? So that, again, kanina, sinabi natin na, yes, it will happen, but we don't know who. When? Only God knows when. Then, as he says, as you stand up erect and firm, what do you have to do? You have to persevere. No? So, dun sa perseverance, di ba? Sinabi ni Saint Paul to the Thessalonians, no? The perseverance of Saint Paul to praying for them to have more love for each other. So perseverance and vigilance. Vigilance to be aware, to guard, to be on guard. So what is this thing all telling us? How do we persevere? How do we be off guard? Well, the best way to tell to know how to is if you look at Ephesians chapter 6 verse 14 to 17, it tells you how to wear the armor of God. The armor of God, first things first. Belt of truth. So sabi niya, you have to tighten the belt of truth. So that means kailangan yung what you believe in the truth, no? Mahigpit ang paniniwala niyo sa katotohanan, which is again the truth is about the gospel, the wisdom of God. So kailangan i-tighten niyo yan so that you won't be shaken. Next will be the breastplate of justice, no? So you need to be just, no? So even in the times of persecution, kailangan meron kang stand just, no? And then you have the shoes of peace. So your feet should lead you to making peace among people, no? And then the shield of faith. You will be tempted. You will be lured in by different temples of gods, no? The temptation of food, money, power, and tawag dito, the achievements, no, relationships. So those if you have the faith, you know, you stand firm on the faith. Of course, there is this helmet. The second one is the helmet of salvation. So it protects your mind from all the evil that is you see around you. Then lastly, the sword of the spirit. So you have to fight with the sword of the spirit. Yan ang ano, yan ang tawag dito, the way for us to persevere. Because yun nga, and sabi rin sa Ephesians 6:12, sinabi niyang ganon, our battle is not against human forces, but against the rulers and authorities of this dark world and powers that has governed this world. No? So yung mga tao ay ginagamit lang ng evil ni Satan o ni Satanas to overcome God because he cannot fight God directly. So what he does is he uses the soul of small people to go against. So, kasi he cannot go fight God straight eh. Hindi niya kaya yun eh. So, ang ginagamit niya tayo. So, that's why we need to be vigilant. We need to have that armor of faith because temptation is very strong, no? So even na kahit na tayong strong ang faith, minsan we lose our temper. Well, I'm guilty of that. Kapag may traffic, ay sus. Di ba? Those are things that kailangan strong ang faith, strong ang mind mo about it. And then it is all for the know that we will eventually be delivered from all this by Christ. So, yun nga, ang aking hibla is to persevere in our faith in loving others until the coming of Christ, the Son of Man. So we persevere. So there's a lot of ways, a lot of actions we can do. No? So think about the armor that you are wearing. So marami. So it won't be, it will be natural if your faith is very strong. Yes. So again, it tells us that yes, God is powerful. He is in command. He wants to destroy all these evil things around us. It's not because it is an apocalyptic vision, but it is more giving us hope that all this will be gone. Next is through Jesus Christ. He used Jesus' Son. He gave His Son so that to bridge the gap between us and God. And lastly, eventually, we will all be together with God, the Son of God. No? As we persevere, as we joyfully await. So yeah, so that is my pabaon, and it's pretty much the same as the 33rd Sunday. So it's like that. The message has been like that.
Thank you,
Right.
brother.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Brother
so
Abraham.
much.
Yes. So I pray that everybody will be vigilant and prepared. First things first, siguro we also hear confession to be in a state of grace.
Okay. Add that to our challenge.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
confession, yes.
And then idea wise yung wear the armor. Alam mo yun, Ephesians
6:14.
Ephesians 6.
Actually, if you read 6:12 to 17.
12 to 17. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
12 to 17.
It will tell you what are we fighting against.
Yeah.
Okay. So yung where another challenge is maybe perhaps we need to always constantly wear the armor of God, that because in any circumstances, right, you can defend and fight
Yes.
for the evil, the yung sabi mo nga si Satanas. So that also is a good challenge to always constantly wear the armor of God. That's why I want us all to read it. So the challenge is to read Ephesians 6:12 to 17, know the armor of God, and wear them daily to to fight the evil that's around us.
Because we have to resist the temptation.
Correct.
We have to give us the courage and to resist.
Actually,
remain in the state of grace.
nagre-record ka pa rin, brother, no?
I'll stop it now.